Hello, pet parents. I'm Dr. Cola. I've shared 5 episodes about pet obesity so far, and today I'd like to take a little break from that topic to discuss something both interesting and important. We all know that cats are carnivores, while dogs are omnivores. But have you ever wondered what might happen if cats and dogs switched their diets? In reality, there are cases where cats and dogs are fed the same food, or instances where they might accidentally eat each other's food without immediate problems. While short-term effects might not be noticeable, what about the potential long-term consequences? Today, we'll explore this fascinating topic and take a closer look at why the diets of cats and dogs need to be uniquely tailored to their individual needs, all from a professional perspective. Let's dive in. Let's compare a 5-kilogram Persian cat and a 5-kilogram miniature poodle. Both animals are assumed to be neutered, maintaining an ideal weight and in good health. Comparing animals of the same weight allows for a clearer understanding of their metabolic differences. First, we calculate the basal metabolic rate for both animals using the following formula. Body weight raised to the power of 0.75 times 70. When we substitute the weight of 5 kilograms into the formula, the calculation looks like this. 5 raised to the power of 0.75 times 70. The result comes out to approximately 234 calories, which represents the energy these animals would burn in a day if they were completely at rest, doing absolutely nothing. But of course, in the real world, both animals engage in normal daily activities, and to account for this, we need to multiply their basal metabolic rate by an activity factor. For a neutered miniature poodle, the activity factor is 1.6, and for a neutered Persian cat, it's 1.4. Let's apply these factors now. So, in their typical daily lives, a 5-kilogram miniature poodle needs 374 calories to maintain their ideal weight, while a Persian cat of the same weight requires 328 calories. This difference reflects their unique metabolic needs and activity levels. If you'd like to see exactly how these numbers are derived, feel free to check out the video for a clear explanation of the calculation process. To make the comparison even clearer, it's important to take a closer look at the composition of cat and dog food. While there are variations between brands, the general calorie density provides useful insights. On average, dry dog food contains 300 to 400 calories per 100 grams, whereas dry cat food typically contains 350 to 450 calories per 100 grams. This means that cat food tends to have a calorie density about 10 to 15% higher than dog food. In practical terms, this means that if a cat and a dog both consume the same 100-gram portion of food, the cat would be consuming significantly more calories than the dog. To delve deeper into the comparison, we need to examine the specific proportions of carbohydrates, proteins, and fats in cat and dog food. For this, the nutritional profiles provided by organizations like the Association of American Feed Control Officials, AAFCO, and the European Pet Food Industry Federation, FEDIAF, serve as reliable references. These profiles represent the standards most pet food manufacturers adhere to, ensuring accurate and standardized information. When comparing the protein and fat requirements of adult cats and dogs, we find that cats require 65 grams of protein and 22.5 grams of fat per 1,000 calories. Dogs require 45 grams of protein and 13.8 grams of fat per 1,000 calories. In addition, cats are obligate carnivores, meaning they have no nutritional requirement for carbohydrates. Their energy primarily comes from proteins and fats, which aligns with their evolutionary diet. On the other hand, dogs, as omnivores, can utilize a variety of nutrients, including carbohydrates, as part of their energy supply. This is why many dog foods commonly include carbohydrates. However, an interesting fact is that the AAFCO does not set specific carbohydrate requirements in its nutritional guidelines. This omission highlights that while carbohydrates can be a useful energy source for dogs, they are not considered essential nutrients. Dogs can derive sufficient energy from proteins and fats if carbohydrates are absent. That said, it's worth noting that many pet food manufacturers include grains or starches in dog food formulations. These ingredients serve as cost-effective ways to adjust calorie density while keeping production affordable. What's also fascinating, and worth exploring in more detail later, is how carbohydrate metabolism differs between cats and dogs. Dogs are more prone to type 1 diabetes, often related to autoimmune destruction of insulin-producing cells. Cats, on the other hand, are more susceptible to type 2 diabetes, which is closely tied to carbohydrate intake and obesity. With obesity rates rising in both species, understanding the role of carbohydrates in their diets is crucial. In the future, I'll provide a more detailed analysis of this topic to help pet parents make informed dietary decisions. As we calculated earlier, the daily caloric requirement for a 5-kilogram Persian cat is 328 calories, while a miniature poodle of the same weight requires 374 calories. Using the nutritional profiles established by the AAFCO, we can calculate their respective protein and fat needs as follows. For the Persian cat, protein amounts to 328 divided by 1,000 times 65 equals 21 grams, and fat is 328 divided by 1,000 times 22.5 equals 7.38 grams. For the miniature poodle, protein is 374 divided by 1,000 times 45 equals 17 grams, and fat is 374 divided by 1,000 times 13.8 equals 5.3 grams. When comparing the two, the Persian cat requires approximately 24% more protein and 39% more fat than the miniature poodle. Now we can predict what might happen if a cat were to eat dog food. First, the cat would likely experience a calorie and protein deficiency, which could lead to weight loss and muscle wasting over time. Cats have a higher protein requirement than dogs, and without adequate protein intake, their bodies would struggle to maintain lean muscle mass. Additionally, cats are not well equipped to digest carbohydrates efficiently, and since dog food often contains a significant amount of carbohydrates, the cat could develop digestive issues such as diarrhea or bloating. Over time, this excessive carbohydrate intake could even increase the risk of developing type 2 diabetes, as cats are particularly sensitive to the effects of a high-carb diet. Conversely, if a dog were to eat cat food, the excessive protein intake could put undue strain on their liver and kidneys. Additionally, the higher fat content in cat food might increase the risk of developing conditions such as pancreatitis. Dogs consuming the calorie-dense cat food are also more likely to experience calorie overload, making them highly susceptible to obesity. The situation becomes even more critical for growing pets. A growing kitten that consumes dog food may suffer from nutritional deficiencies, as dog food lacks the elevated levels of protein, fat, and essential nutrients that kittens need for proper growth and development. On the other hand, a growing puppy eating cat food may face problems due to nutritional excess, potentially leading to skeletal issues, obesity, or other growth-related complications. Proteins, fats, and carbohydrates are vital energy sources for pets, but there are 5 additional key differences between cat and dog food that are equally important to consider. First and foremost, taurine is an essential amino acid for cats. Unlike dogs, cats cannot synthesize taurine in their bodies, making it crucial for them to obtain sufficient amounts through their diet. Taurine deficiency can lead to severe health issues in cats, including heart disease, such as dilated cardiomyopathy, vision loss, digestive problems, and even reproductive issues. This is why taurine is a mandatory ingredient in cat food, ensuring their dietary needs are met for survival and overall health. For dogs, taurine is not considered essential, as they can produce it on their own, which is why it is often absent or present in minimal amounts in dog food. Arachidonic acid is another essential nutrient that cats cannot produce on their own. This fatty acid plays a crucial role in supporting inflammatory responses, skin health, and the proper functioning of the digestive and reproductive systems. Unlike cats, dogs have the ability to synthesize arachidonic acid from other fatty acids, such as linoleic acid or gamma-linolenic acid, which means dog food often contains little to no arachidonic acid. If a cat were to consume dog food, they would be at risk of developing a deficiency in arachidonic acid, which could lead to impaired skin health, digestive issues, and reproductive problems. Cats lack the enzyme necessary to convert beta-carotene into the active form of vitamin A, known as retinol. As a result, they must consume preformed vitamin A, which is only found in animal-based foods, to meet their nutritional requirements. This is why cat food is specifically formulated to include adequate amounts of active vitamin A. If cats do not get enough vitamin A in their diet, they can develop night blindness, growth delays, and poor skin and coat quality, among other health issues. In contrast, dogs can convert beta-carotene from plant-based sources into active vitamin A, allowing dog food to rely less on preformed vitamin A. Consequently, dog food often contains lower levels of this vitamin. Cats are unable to synthesize sufficient amounts of niacin, vitamin B3, on their own, making it essential for them to consume larger quantities of this vitamin through their diet. Niacin plays a vital role in maintaining the nervous system, digestive health, and skin condition. A deficiency in niacin can lead to symptoms such as loss of appetite, weight loss, gum inflammation, and even hemorrhagic diarrhea. In comparison, dogs have a much lower niacin requirement due to their ability to convert the amino acid tryptophan into niacin. Dogs require approximately 3.4 milligrams of niacin per day, whereas cats need 4 to 5 times more, around 15 milligrams per day. Cats have fewer starch-digesting enzymes compared to dogs, making it difficult for them to effectively digest starch. Dog food often contains significantly more starch than cat food, as dogs can utilize carbohydrates more efficiently as an energy source. If a cat consumes dog food with high starch content, they are at a higher risk of developing digestive issues, such as bloating, diarrhea, or other gastrointestinal discomforts. Interestingly, many cats love churro-style treats, which often contain starch. While cats may enjoy these treats, the inclusion of starch can potentially contribute to digestive problems or long-term health concerns. I plan to cover this topic in more detail in a future discussion about churro treats and how to make healthier choices for cats. Now, do you understand why cats and dogs must eat their own specially formulated food? Their nutritional needs are completely different, and providing tailored diets is absolutely crucial for maintaining their health and well-being. Recently, I came across a YouTube video where someone tried eating dog food for a month, and I was truly shocked. It got me thinking, what would happen if a human were to eat cat or dog food? Intriguing, isn't it? In the next episode, I'll explore this idea and dive into some fun and thought-provoking scenarios. Stay tuned, and thank you for your continued interest. This was Dr. Cola.